Hi and welcome. I'm Susan Blaine. I'm here with Ian Amers, and thank you so much. Ian is a restaurateur, and he likes to call himself the head busboy. And you were 32 years old when you started and when you owned your first restaurant. Have you had over 11 restaurants? Is that correct? 11 or 12 restaurants in your time?
Bought and sold, I
Yeah,
suppose.
bought and sold.
Yes.
You're down to 3 now.
Down to 3 now, and love it as much as ever, but also enjoying my free time.
Yeah, as you should. Hi, welcome to Sharing with Susan B, telling stories from the heart. We're looking to inspire, telling stories of struggle, vulnerability, and lessons learned. And some of the restaurants that we may know, LA Wings, The Works. I think The Works is probably
well known.
Yeah, well known. And there's 6 locations in Ottawa, and you sold those in 2010.
That's right. Now 30 locations across the province.
There's 30. Wow, I didn't know that. And where you spend a lot of your mornings is at Wilf and Ada's. That's where we met for our coffee chat. Done some great community work too, with the Mission, the Food Bank, the Shepherds of Good Hope with your 2 boys, and the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation. And one of the things I put in here, because I really love it, that you say, and one of your philosophies is giving and participating in community is a must for those who reap the rewards of a healthy brand in any city.
That's right. Yeah.
It's true, right? I mean, you've got to give back.
What comes around goes around.
Yeah. And all of this success with just a high school diploma. Ta-da! You and I are in the same boat there.
And many lessons learned.
Yes, exactly. And we're going to talk about them. What has you sort of fired up these days? What are you passionate about these days? Slowing down?
That's really the truth. When I sold The Works, my kids said, "Are you going to retire?" And I thought that sounded very sexy, but it didn't turn out to be.
What does it mean? What does it really mean?
They hadn't gone through university yet, so we needed to pay for that on a real sense. And in another sense, I wasn't ready. I had creativity left in me that needed to explode, other than in my dining room or my living room at home. It needed to have a business aspect to it.
So share with us, if you don't mind, what your biggest business struggle in all of your years as a restaurateur.
Well, isn't it funny how sometimes it's the thing you think you're the best at turns out to be a struggle or a downfall? And after thinking about it, and not just with you, but in life, without a doubt, communication and relationships, which are so important to everywhere in life, but especially in business, and especially in the restaurant business, where you're touching members of the public every day with your food and your atmosphere and employees and suppliers and landlords. Yeah. And those have been tough. Those have been tough, tougher than maybe I expected when I had to go and look back and see where some of the things I haven't been so happy with in my business life.
What do they teach us?
Exactly. Well, they teach us that not everything's the same.
Yeah.
And that personal life doesn't necessarily mimic business life. Yeah. And they teach us that we can change.
Yes.
And we need to change.
Thank goodness.
We need to change.
We need to evolve. We're constantly evolving. I think that's our work.
Especially after you've had some success. I've been very blessed and lucky and had some great success and had great people helping me in my life. But because you have success somewhere, it doesn't mean you'll have it everywhere.
No, that's true. Personal struggle, what's been your biggest one that you're willing to share?
The same thing.
Yeah.
Relationships. I mean, produced 2 fabulous boys from a good marriage, but that ended, and haven't been that particularly successful in it since. I had a really tough childhood, and they say that childhood trauma, feeds on to the rest of your life.
Like a domino effect, yeah.
And so even though I was aware of it and made changes in my life and sought help for it, I now realize that some of it still lingers in there and comes back and affects business, personal.
We talked about addiction, too, which must be in the industry of restaurants, and, must be something that a lot of restaurateurs deal with. I know we talked about the drug and alcohol addiction, and you've been sober for how long?
For 31 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
proud of that.
Yeah, I bet. And I'm sure that was a struggle.
More proud of that than I am of any success in business or anything. I mean, only my 2 boys would come ahead of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, and that's something.
And the success in that has been to their benefit, right?
Yeah.
Because let's face it, you can't be much of a dad if you're under the spell of addiction.
No, and to show them that you can overcome that, that you can evolve, that you can change.
And to
demonstrating
watch that university drinking.
Yeah, it could have a domino effect too.
Yes.
And we talked about some of the lessons learned, and you were talking about glass overflowing.
Yeah, well, there's that, is your glass half full or half empty expression people have, and mine, I always like to say, is overflowing. It's way beyond half full. It's full. And I've just been really lucky and had wonderful people around me in my life, and feel that that's part of the grand scheme of paying back.
Absolutely. And gratitude.
My mother, great story, a little story, when I was in the midst of my, the height of my addictions, if that's such a word. My mother couldn't help me and couldn't make a difference from here's how to stop drinking or stop doing drugs. But what she did was she would leave a bag of fresh cookies or a book that she thought I might like, or a card that said I love you outside my door often. And just that was how she parented during that time, because she couldn't be close to me.
Right.
And I learned a lot from that.
Yeah, that she was always there. She was just a reach away. She was planting seeds. And
her generosity of giving of herself, even though she was in great pain and very worried about me. Yeah, it's really stuck with me.
Yeah. What advice would you give, Ian, to your younger self?
Just to just to never say never. That's my kind of 3-word mantra in life. Is just nothing's never.
No.
You'll find a way.
Yeah. Yeah. And remain open.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have to be quickly like that.
No.
Sometimes it can be. Some things come at the time you least expect it down the road.
Yeah. The best things take time.
They do.
What's
like
next?
A good banana cake, banana bread. It takes time to make. What's next? Well, I'm thoroughly enjoying living in Chelsea, Quebec, and being on the river and being able to be with the outdoors. I've lived there for a couple of years. Fabulous. And really slowing down and taking in some things like going to Alaska. Wow. And seeing the fjords in Alaska, and exploring some of America that I haven't seen, but where I have relatives.
Nice.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Trying.
Yeah, you deserve it. How about some rapid fire questions?
Sure, let's do it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite superhero?
I never watched cartoons or
Doesn't have to be a Marvel comic.
Okay. Nelson Mandela.
Good choice. Favorite food indulgence? Oh, for a restaurateur, this will be good.
Well, chocolate about everything. But I often get asked, what's your favorite restaurant? And shock people by saying Swiss Chalet.
Really?
There's nothing better than a beautifully cooked breast of chicken with a nice vegetable. You can eat healthy, you can eat quickly. The service is great, it's clean, so good for you.
I actually love their French fries.
I stick away.
Someone you admire?
Would have to be my 90-year-old mother.
She's still with us?
She's still with us,
bless
and
her
she's
heart.
thriving. Yes. And I go down to near Montreal and see her every couple of weeks, and she is someone who has made the most out of her life.
She must be so proud of you, Ian. Really.
I hope she is.
I feel that she is. I'm sure she is. She must be. She's probably grateful that those little seeds that she planted, right?
That's right.
The little crumbs that you picked up along the way. That's great. Something that not too many people know about you.
That I love photography.
Yeah.
That I love cooking, but most of all that I'm an introvert. Yeah. And although I'm in a business of extrovertedness, some of my favorite times are alone, sitting on a mountain that I've climbed, or sitting beside the water, and I'm good at being alone.
Yeah.
I don't have to be around people.
Did you like that article I sent you?
I did.
Extrovert and introvert, we share that.
We do.
Favorite movie, book, or quote? All three is fine too. Anything that comes to mind?
A quote by Robert Browning that I wrote in my high school yearbook, and it says, "What a thing friendship is, world without end." And because the relationships that we have are really what this life's all about.
Agreed. Yeah. What's something that always makes you smile?
My boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just...
and your doggy.
my doggy, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm very lucky because he is such a wonderful dog that he's just always there in the background. But my boys, well, you know, their phone calls and here's what we need. And fabulous.
Yeah, and they're thriving.
They are.
What's your definition of success in one sentence?
Being happy with the person you love.
Nice. He's not a social media guy, so I can't direct you to any platforms, but he can be seen most mornings sitting at a high top at Wilfinatus. You can stop by and have a coffee chat with him, learn a little bit more. It's been a real pleasure.
Trying not to eat the French toast, but it's so good.
There's a plug.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks for having me.
For sharing. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.